Previously on MaudeWorld.
You make your way into the cold alpine forest.
There are wolves very close now. Weapons now. Yes, weapons.
You see what looks to be a tall spike. On this spike there is a head.
It would seem we're about to enter hostile territory.
Its form begins to shrink, and in its place you see a very young dwarf, a boy. The young dwarven boy is just looking around at you all in confusion.
Can I cast Calm Emotions on him, please?
I am Ruck.
I'm gonna try and talk in Sylvan to him.
You speak the sacred tongue. My family says that outsiders are not to be trusted.
And also apparently this new elder is super powerful and no one's met him.
If they've got Shana, if they're planning to sacrifice her, then we need to get her back. You all sit down in the area around you, or take what sort of ground you can, given the snowy ground around you in this clearing, and this somewhat disturbing clearing with this dwarvish head on a spike and a now currently no longer snake-filled net up in the tree. You all. I believe decided you were going to take a short rest.
Yes.
So, you do so.
Is anyone hurt?
I think you did your medicine feat last time.
Yeah.
You succeeded.
Okay, so you guys okay?
Yeah, I think I've done the short rest at the end of last session. I did that.
I used the hit dice at the end of last session.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
Use one.
Well, if you've already had your medicine today, haven't you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Last time we did this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's such a handy feat. Hot diggity damn.
Esther, are you medicing people up?
I don't
I think
think
she
I
did
need
last
to.
time.
I did last time.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we've done the hit dice bit.
Right, fine. Okay, so I'll say this. Esther, as you're continuing to medic people up, something. So like, you feel like you're forgetting something, and then you realise that calm emotions that you casted on Ruck last time to calm him down only lasts 1 minute. And this thought comes to you, and you look back over your shoulder, and you can see, attempting to try and move off stealthily, and trying to just make a break for it, is the young dwarven man. He's just making a break for it further into the trees.
Who sees that?
All of you, because he rolled terribly.
I'm gonna
Yes.
chase him
Wow.
down, tackle him to the ground.
Make an athletics check, please.
Yeah, I'll follow.
17.
20, not more, not that.
Okay.
But you are fucking quick, aren't you? Your speed is stupid.
Yeah.
They call me
So-
Gonzalez.
Speedy cantale.
So Ruck, just sort of running for his life. You just about managed to catch an expression of just terror on his face that was there not minutes before, and he's beginning to just run off in the further towards the east. Herb, you very easily managed to catch him and to tackle him to the ground, and he's just squirming around on the floor, going, no, get off, no,
Should I hit him with a rock?
I think that's probably a little aggressive.
Should we tie him
Oh,
up?
you've come too, have you?
Oh, I'm wandering over. I mean, is that the boy, I suppose?
Well, he was running.
Yes.
We
well,
thought best not to let him run.
That is probably wise. Are we keeping him, I suppose, for now?
Well,
Not
weren't we
keeping
supposed to go see his dad and his mom and his sister?
Yes, but that was...
Because they've got,
There was
what's the face?
Yeah, they've got Shana.
Shana, yes,
Mm.
who is.
We're still
Herb's
going there.
friend.
I just don't know if he's going to lead us there willingly, so probably best tie him up.
I say to him in Dwarven, you need to calm down now, young man. You did try to kill us.
Make an intimidation check, please, Herb.
Now, it sounds like he's speaking gibberish, but I'm sure he's making salient points.
8.
8.
Well, I mean, we can hope so.
He could equally be
He's-
insulting the boy's family.
He's just continuing to squirm and at this stage basically gibber. He's sense is sort of rapidly leaving him. He's just squirming underneath you, you know, with variations of no.
I want to try and give him a hug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it seem like he willingly accept a hug?
It
So
seemed.
pinning him to the
I
ground.
was going to say, Herb is pinning him.
I'm
to
getting
the
a
ground.
rope out of my
Okay.
bag.
He's-
No, that's fine. That's fine.
He's continuing to struggle.
Okay,
But
I
Herb
just
is
want to.
keeping
I
him
want
down.
to try and just sort of like soothingly run my hand through his hair, like motherly. It's not weird. Stop being weird about it.
I'm just saying,
No,
I get that,
that
but
is
you're
lovely.
going to roll on this, and it's going to go one of two
I'm
ways.
trying to, like,
It's either going to be really
chill out.
comforting, or it's going to be, you're good food, aren't you? Like, that's what it's going to feel like.
Make a charisma check, please, Vala.
See? What did I say?
4?
Yes! Yes!
You've done so well.
Pull clumps of his hair out.
Right?
You don't quite slap him.
Just like...
Vela, you don't quite slap him, but but like he's just sort of eyes screwed up tight, squirming around underneath Herb, desperately trying to get away.
Right, let's tie him
I
up
say
before he
to
hurts
him,
himself.
Yeah.
If you don't stop struggling, we're going to have to restrain you, and you're not going to like that.
He just doesn't seem to
All right.
respond.
Pass me the rock.
No, the rope, Grandad.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said. Here's the rope.
I'll try and tie his hands, not sort of just like together.
Make
Like we hog-tied the horses.
you
So
didn't-
I want to hog tie him. He's not an animal. It's not a horse.
Not yet.
Not
Yeah, exactly.
Not presently.
uh,
Yeah, true.
make
He's a full Peter Pettigrew.
He could.
make a strength
Shit.
make a strength check, please, Alex.
This is what I'm really
I
good
think
at.
he's used up
I
all
don't
his
think
one.
he's true.
I think he's used up
This
all
is
his one.
definitely not my lowest stat.
A negative.
14.
Oh.
I was lucky.
Yeah, this guy can't roll for shit.
It wasn't luck, it was the excellence of 5 lamps bottle caps, which were in just
Really,
such a
Sarah?
position.
Really, 7 minutes in.
This is almost as well designed as their brew.
Anyway,
You're not even buying them. You're getting them for free.
And we hope to get more of this delicious beer.
I hate you all so much.
But
Well,
not
hey,
the
let's
beer.
let them roll. The money comes in. And by money, I calls mean beer that you don't drink.
I would pay at least £4 for this. But no more.
That's either a compliment or an insult.
Yeah, is that per unit? Like, well,
The bottle,
oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's good.
So you
He paid more for the beer.
his struggles like he's clearly been weakened by battle, and as I said, his form is, comparatively speaking, it's very sort of weedy, very thin and lean, and not very muscular at all. He looks malnourished, you might argue. You're able to tie up his hands easily enough, and he's still sort of like trying to struggle about, but his struggles are becoming just more and more impotent.
Like you.
Ester walks up and kind of sits down cross-legged looking at him. So, our choices? Hostage.
Homicide.
Herb.
He's not wrong.
It's not always homicide.
What did you say?
Hostage.
Oh, that's what I said.
The worst part is it could be true.
What happens if he does his crazy animal juju?
I was thinking that.
I think he's too exhausted, personally.
Yeah, but aren't we
For
about to take a
now.
rest?
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to rest, is he?
Well, I mean, what's he going to do? We're going to
What-
make him
We're
run
gonna
around
make him walk
circles,
around.
are we?
Yeah, well, we know.
Tie him to a tree or something.
Get a carrot on a stick.
This escalated so quickly, too. We're just
not.
going to meet your family, too. We're going to tie you to a tree and make you run circles. Fucking hell.
In fairness, this is my fault for not checking the duration of calm emotions last time, because
Yeah.
that conversation definitely took more than a minute.
No, we were very quick.
I thought we were very soothing, and therefore he stayed calm as a result.
You'd be surprised with what I can do in under a minute.
I'm sure I would.
I would.
Oh.
There's a history of
I've
it.
seen it all.
It was that and the look that I got for it.
I'm gonna let that one slide.
I'm gonna turn to him and say, look, in Sylvan, look, I don't understand why you're struggling. I thought we were friends.
No.
What's going on?
Strangers. No.
He's still calling us strangers.
Well, we only known the boy, like, apparently 2 minutes.
Yeah, so
One.
we are pretty strange.
Why don't we let him go and chase him and like just follow him?
Yes, we could track him. I was thinking that when he started to run.
We know we can already catch him, and he's not going to get very far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you say
this
that.
in common, obviously.
You say
Yeah.
that, but...
Not that they would understand me if I wasn't.
You say it in your head.
Well done, me.
And then we end up in a cave with 3 other
We don't
well-rested...
go into the cave.
No, we just follow him
Find
back.
where the cave is.
Then we nap.
And then what?
And
What?
then
But
we
they
get
have
in them
our,
in the morning.
they would have our scent.
And he would immediately tell them there's some crazy strangers out there. Yeah, good point. Alright, we butcher the family then.
Okay, Grandad, that escalated again. We've gone very quickly from 0 to 10. Can we at least stop
Try
at
to be
7?
reasonable here.
I think discovering
Butcher the
where
family.
the cave is a smart move, and letting him inadvertently show us is good.
But if
Okay,
we
but he
want-
can
Not
escape.
let him get all the way there. But he's going to start screaming.
Okay,
We don't have to
he's not going to
stay.
start screaming. Like he's going to... We are not going to be able to track a druid in a forest we don't know. Did you not see what happened with our friend here? He was the only one who managed to leave it.
I
I'm
mean-
talking about Burden.
I mean, you can't track him in a forest that you don't know. I can track him in a forest I do know.
But
Well, okay then.
what would be...
I'm good, let's let him go.
Shana's
Why don't we
no
keep him on
longer
a
at
leash?
the cave. He told us that. If Shana's not there, and we can't establish a dialogue, what's the purpose of going?
I thought Shana was at the cave.
Yes, I thought she was still there.
Because they're going to
until
hand her over to the elder.
Oh,
Now-
did they not already?
I was going to say, that's what you
I
said.
think she's a sacrifice.
Yeah,
But
They
she's
haven't.
still at the family
for now.
cave.
I did that
think
from what you said.
Is that's what I understand,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Right. Apologies, I thought she'd been sent on.
Wishful thinking.
Not yet, but we do need to act reasonably swiftly, I think.
Well, we could release the boy. With Burden's help, we track him some of the way, or all of the way, and then we pull back to a respectable distance, so if they do immediately come looking for us, they don't necessarily find us. And then we move in later.
Why don't we keep him on a leash like a little dwarven divining rod?
That would probably also work. But probably not look very good for us when we get to our destination.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. With the amount he's struggling now, no matter what happens, they're not gonna be liking us.
Yeah.
Unless Esther can do that calm emotion thing again just when we get there.
One.
You weren't running away. We're friends, right?
I can cast
Exactly.
it.
For
I can
59,
cast it.
58 more seconds.
Just quickly, go tell your dad we're friends. And then come back.
I can cast it on all of them once.
For a minute. And then after that, they're going to be trying to get the shit out of us.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we can't guarantee that even if they're calm, that they'll be cooperative.
Also, technically, right, I'm still bloodied because we haven't had a short rest yet. So I'm kind of swaying at the moment. So
I say we can probably easily track him. We have enough of us to do that, so maybe we should let him go.
And we have someone who knows the forests relatively well.
I say
So
that
we're going to
that
go
is
track
our
him there and then
protocol.
what?
Well, I think we can let him go now, have our rest, and then discuss what we're going to do.
Okay, now the only thing that I don't like about that,
is resting here.
well, is
Why
the
don't
fact that the last time we had a hostage situation and we waited, the hostage was gone.
Yeah.
When you should have listened to old Herb.
I don't like to say this very often, but he's right.
What if
Why don't we let him go after we've had our rest?
I was thinking that one.
What if
That's
I
gonna be
turn
safest.
into a wolf and, I don't know, pretend to want to join them? I don't know.
What if you were a wolf and you pretended to be him?
I don't know if I look like him.
Well, you saw him. Couldn't you just transform into the wolf that he was like?
I don't know. Can I do that?
All wolves look the same. I've always said
Well,
that.
I'm
There was a
offended by
time
them.
I read a manuscript, right? It was
yeah.
about the druids, and what it said was you can change into any animal you've already seen. So if you saw him as a wolf, I'd say you could change into him as a wolf.
Do I get to choose what I look like when I do that?
I
thought
mean, when
just
you were a
looked
mouse and a
like-
snake, you had a blue line on the back of you.
But that's just what I look like in like my normal state. So I thought that was just how that worked.
No, I'm fairly sure you bring that with you.
Oh.
Andy, you're a terrible person.
I read a manuscript.
A handbook, some might say.
I wish I
For
could read this manuscript to
players.
learn more about what I can do.
I happen to have one, right?
Get on with it.
But isn't that to give us the same problem that if we rest and he rests and turns into a wolf and then...
Yes.
Yeah, but if at least if he turns into a wolf, we've got another wolf and a tracker to track him, and then we'll get to the cave. And even if he goes, oh no, there are people following me, we're right behind him because we're following him. As opposed to letting him go now, us resting, and he's got an hour to set up. We already took him down once, and he's not got to pack
He
anymore.
might escape while we're resting, that's the problem.
Well, we just keep a watch on him. Short rest isn't falling asleep, like. I mean,
Oh yeah.
we're not going to be sleeping.
We don't all need a short rest. One of us can lead him in circles.
Take him for a walk. Make sure he does his business.
I just let you back in.
Alright.
Okay, short
So-
rest.
Yes, I would like that. With the blood and the not having any.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, probably put that back in the body.
Right? Feel very woozy.
So,
Wait, this isn't my blood?
Yeah.
You're
So-
close enough to a wolf.
Same colour.
Ish.
so what are you doing with Ruck?
I ain't doing anything with rock.
Who feels better? Who feels like they don't need to rest up?
I feel fine.
How strong are you?
Are you hurt?
I'm very badly hurt. I need that medic thing that we said you'd done.
So you need to heal
Let's
up
do
this...
that.
this
Oh, I do, yeah. I'm something that you might call bloodied. I'm probably...
No, but... So Esther needs to help you.
Yeah.
So she can't be...
It's fine,
But
I can,
my
I
understanding
can
of a short rest is
watch
that
on-
she can do that and then do the rest of it. Like, you just need to be in low time activities, right? It's just as long as you're not exerting yourselves.
Yes.
Such as looking after a prisoner who's struggling to escape.
Well, if we tie him to a tree, all you're doing is watching him, and if he starts to escape, you just go, no.
Fine. We got more rope?
Yes, I've got some rope.
I've got 50 foot of it. You're only
I
tied
also
up in
have
some.
50
Like,
rope.
It doesn't take that long to bandage your wounds. I could do it to, I don't know, 6 of you if I needed.
Stop it.
well, not him, because you've already bandaged him once today. And he looks damn good in them, but, you know.
Does it say that in the...
I thought you said it was once a day. Was that not what we said last time?
What does the manuscript say?
Per short rest.
Well, What? It's like
Well, I
this
think
isn't in there.
Yes, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure this one is what you might call an unearthed manuscript.
Yes. This one says, consult your Lord and Saviour, the DM.
For the sake of pissing about with the rules, for the moment, I'm going to say one person per day.
One person per day.
As in, it can only affect a person once a day.
Yeah.
That's what I
Okay.
mean.
They can't just end up with like bandages covering every limb of their body.
Correct. Otherwise,
Then they could be a mummy.
I was going to say, you have to make a check to become a
Yes.
mummy.
Resist mummy checks.
Yes. That's the one. Yeah, we may change that at a later date, but that's my ruling just for the immediate.
Cool.
I'd like to tie him to a tree, please.
Make
I will help.
A notch check.
yes, make a dexterity check. You may have advantage.
Hooray.
Straight dexterity.
Dexterity, yes.
Thank God for advantage.
Don't forget if you
Oh no! That's a one. I can
You're
roll
lucky.
that. I've rolled a 1 and a 3 so far.
You can
So
reroll
reroll the one.
Get one.
Again?
Are you? Oh.
It's a 2.
Well, at least you're
So I've
consistent.
rolled 3 times. I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Oh, man.
Let's call that a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good to know.
The dice trail.
Away you go. Can I borrow a dice, please? Go now.
If that weren't Andy's, I would claim that.
It's actually not.
It is actually mine. I'm just incapable of carrying. Andy just brings my D&D stuff.
Ah,
always
can't
have, always
hold
will.
dice.
which case,
without me.
in which case, I may well claim that. We'll see. I've already claimed one player dice this campaign. So,
He's a piece of shit. He's still playing against you.
I know. You're doing well.
Exactly.
okay.
The dice, no.
7.
So, 7. Good to know. Okay.
Do I think his knots look good?
See,
Damn.
I would say because you were assisting, that's what gave the advantage.
So actually,
you
if
were both
anything,
good.
you might have made them worse.
Yes, me.
With my perception, I think that's the best knot I've ever seen. He ain't getting out of there.
So, about 10 minutes go past.
So who's watching him?
I think we're all like we're just sitting.
Oh yeah, I
around
imagine we
watching
just
him,
sit
like-
around the tree, really, wouldn't
Yeah. It's
Yes.
The knots were so good.
The knots were so
He's still
good
struggling.
that you might call them terrible. He starts struggling for a bit and then seems to stop.
Hammer time.
And then over the course of about 10 minutes, you're all sort of, you're keeping half an eye out, you're resting, you're, looking at your wounds, Ester's bandaging things. And then, again, you just look back at the tree and you see a great amount of slack as the ropes dip down, fall to the floor. You look around and you can again see him trying to
For fuck's sake.
trying to
Chase
trying
him
to
down
make a break
again.
for it.
I'm running.
Get him.
I'm also running.
I blow it up.
The so
There's no more legs.
Damerus and athletics checks, please.
13.
15.
Ah, good.
I have negative modifier.
I'm like running with bandages streaming behind me.
Unraveling.
Esther, you're going to do this again?
Yeah, Damerus, you just managed to overtake Drake, and you dive forward, lunge, and grab his legs, and tackle him to the floor.
Climb on his back.
Alright, down you go. There.
He's still struggling.
I left my rope at the tree.
I have rope in my pack.
I would like to tie him up.
Okay.
I would like to help.
Would you stop that?
Drake,
Undoing my knots.
Drake,
No, it looks better like this.
make a dexterity check with advantage, Drake.
Damerus has a special technique where he ties with scissors.
Yeah.
I tie my knots like this. That's on, right? That's a knot.
That's like 6 knots.
No, it's not.
6 knots.
That's not good at all.
6 knots, not as good as 5
5
lamps.
lamps. There we go. You look out there on the horizon. I believe you can see the joke coming.
My favourite part about 5 lamps is we have 5 lamps.
I look forward to the gift of that.
That's the delicious taste of 25 lamps.
No, 5 lamps.
5 lamps squared.
Correct. So 16 was my tying ability.
I need a third
You need
hand,
a 5
so
lamps. That's
I
what
need-
you need.
I need a third hand so I can up the Picard double face bar.
You need a 3rd hand and a 5th lamp.
That was pretty good.
Sometime down the line, when you've all moved on from this attempting selling outening,
We're never gonna.
one day,
Let's move on to another product.
many years later, you will all have moved on, and then, when you least expect it, when you all let your guard down, you will all be ambushed and destroyed utterly
By liver
some
poisoning.
by liver poisoning and by some sort of lamp monster. 5-headed lamp monster, the Tiamat of lamps, if you will.
That tastes
Cool.
delicious.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be
That's
mad.
the campaign and like ultimate enemy for us.
Yeah.
I'm so on board with
if,
that.
If Damerus ever dies, I'm coming back as a lamp salesman. No class, just following the party around.
Sold in sets of 5.
Yeah.
So, 16 was your check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're tying this guy up again.
Okay, good to know. So, this time, Drake, you are able to, you sort of, with Damerus's help, surprisingly this time it works.
I mean, I do know what I'm doing. I have like a nautical kit. I know how to tie knots.
Yeah, but isn't your
Ah,
nautical
yes,
kit
yes.
like a sextant and stuff?
Yes.
So navigating rather than the tying up stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
But Damerus will tell you that I have a navigator's kit. I've been on a boat.
I've seen it done.
A nautical kit is so very useful up here in the mountains.
See, now I could have chosen the cartographer's kit. That probably would have been slightly more useful. Although I imagine all of this is mapped.
To be honest, I think in this situation of tying someone to a tree, a cartographer's kit would have been equally useless.
That's also true. Yeah.
I'm going to find a really good tree.
How detailed do you think these maps are?
That's who writes them.
Kept him at bay with a compass.
Anyway,
Singing a drink.
anyway,
We take him back to the tree.
you're short. You take him back to the tree. He's still struggling, but between the two of you, you're able to like pull him over. You tie him to the tree.
Would you please stop that?
Um,
I flick
Yes.
some of the snow at him with my tail as I walk away.
Double D.
and this time, the hour goes past.
So where were we?
Without
All right,
incidents.
the bandages.
Yes.
I'm still bleeding, and the running is not helping.
Drake, I don't have unlimited.
Before we leave, should we maybe see about taking that down? The head
yeah.
on spike.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was looking at the
yeah.
net.
I am happy to try and shimmy up there.
Oh, it's the spike is in the ground.
But how tall is the spike though?
Oh, not very tall. Like
To him, maybe.
No. probably about 8 feet.
Okay, yeah.
It's easy enough to pull out the ground and get there.
we take it down and like just dig a.
What do you do with the head?
No, I'm just gonna like dig a small
Parade it around.
yeah, on the sick. I go up to the kid. No,
Do a weird Punch and
yeah.
Judy show.
Yeah, I dig like a small hole and.
Are you taking a short rest?
I'm not. No.
Right, fine, then yes.
Yeah, I want to do that. Just
Cool.
like, find a spot just not too far from where we're staying and essentially try and bury the head in a semi-respectful nature. Damerus doesn't really know much about ceremony and stuff.
Sure.
Ester comes over as well, and we do it together. And
Burden
Mark the grave.
joins you, and he kind of just, sort of he doesn't really say much, but he just helps with the digging and just sort of makes a very sort of just very respectful nod, and
Yeah.
so
Put 2 silver pieces over the eyes before we start filling it in.
Grandad, have you forgotten how to tie knots? Is that
I
why your
forgot
robe is
a
all...
lot of things.
I was just wondering, this would explain why your robe is always flapping about.
No, I like the breeze. And I like the looks that I get. I
Right,
like
so
to know that at my age, I've still got it.
I think you have it. I just don't think it is what you think it is.
Thank you very much.
time passes.
Time does pass, as I mull on that.
Yes, about an hour goes by, and you successfully all have your short rest. what would you like to do?
How is Rock looking?
Rock,
Has he kind of accepted his fate?
he keeps struggling for a good 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but you've tied the ropes properly this time.
Nice.
And
Same metal, but
yeah, you've tied the ropes properly this time, and he soon just sort of gives up the struggle, basically, and his head goes onto his chest, and he just sort of starts very quietly muttering and sobbing to himself.
does one of probably you want to go comfort him and let him know that we're leaving now?
Oh, maybe before we set off, I'd take out a ration, like just some, I guess some dried fruit from my bag. I'd give him this as well, I suppose.
Okay.
Where's mine?
Well, that was probably going to be for you, but this is probably more pressing. His boy.
And very skinny as well.
Unlike some people.
I'm a growing boy.
Yes, you are. But I'm not paying for any more of your fancy robes.
Very good.
That's fair.
What should I tell him? What are we going to do? Are we going to let him go, or are we going to...
Oh yeah. Oh, are we leading him around? Or are we letting him run?
I think we should
track him?
probably just let him run and track a few minutes behind.
I should... Ooh, we could pull a bit of a ruse, and I could pretend that I'm freeing him, and maybe then that might buy us some favour. Like if everyone looks the other way, and I let him go...
So we're going to let him warn his family
Well, we're actually going to follow him right
Yes.
behind. So
We'll
the warning they'll
follow.
have will be about a minute.
and catch
I'm not
him
sure it'll
before...
make much difference. I don't think his sort of mind is all
He's
there
not really
enough
listening
to...
us.
No, I think, to be honest with you, at this point, I just want him to lead us to the cave so we can get Shana.
Mm.
Like his family being warned. We'll deal with it if we have to. Hopefully, we don't have to. Hopefully, they'll just accept that they took someone and that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if stuff has to be done, stuff has to be done.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you want to point over there and we'll all go look over there as if you pointed out something fancy?
Well, I mean, or we could all just take like a very short 1 minute walk and...
Well, that's what I
You
mean.
let him know that we're checking something out and that you're supposed to be watching him and you decided you just can't stand for it anymore.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, well,
Oh, right then. Well,
Yes.
we'll go this way then.
Yes, go
We'll-
and
we'll
check
s-
out the thing.
we'll see you in a bit, Vela.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll keep
Come
an
on,
eye.
Gordon.
I'll keep an eye on this one.
Yep.
You be a good guard now.
We all say for someone who doesn't speak common.
I'll tell you this, it's a good bloody thing he doesn't, isn't it?
I had a major in acting when I was younger. I'll have you know.
A major hemorrhage.
Yes. That too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the boy and
His head is slumped down, eyes shut.
Wasn't even looking. Wasted.
and I'm gonna just lean in and whisper to him and say, in Sylvan, my friends are looking the other way, and I think that it's unfair to keep you tied up and away from your family. So, and then I'm gonna start to untie.
Okay.
Take this, and I wish you well.
He sort of
We never meant any harm or any stress on you.
he falls down to the floor after being untied, sort of looking up towards you and he's very his hand is sort of it's going back and forth. It's
I'm
like
gonna
a
just put it on the floor
Almost
so
a-
he can take it.
twitching manner. He's and eventually he just grabs the dried fruit and stuffs them into his face, and he looks at you, and then he begins to transform, and you can see him turn into that familiar large wolfish shape. And he begins to run away.
Right! Where are you guys?
Yeah.
Well, we'll come
we all
back from our
come back
walk
from our
now.
little trees in the clearing.
Oh no, you let him get
No,
away!
he escaped. It
Just
wasn't me.
the 5 heads behind the tree. Bom, bom.
Hello.
Right, well, I guess we better get a leg on.
Mr. Tracker.
Yes.
So,
I am going to help.
okay. Make a survival check, please.
Can I also help?
Sure.
Oh,
I love sure. Yes.
Yeah.
18.
9.
No, 20. I had +1 to survival.
So, yeah. So, you very easily, like Vela, you point out the position of this direwolf, and
He
you know,
went that way.
yeah, he went that way. And Burden immediately, like, clocks onto the tracks, and he just turns to you and goes, right, step by step, stay close, and he, crossbow drawn, begins to move at a jog, following the pace of the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, we follow.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he draws his weapon, I draw my bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likewise.
So, about another half an hour, 45 minutes goes by. It's starting to get a little later at this stage. The sun is probably just about beginning to set at this stage. It's still light, but sunset will be here within half an hour or so, you reckon. You follow the large footprints of this direwolf as it makes its way, and it seems to be wending its way, like not in a straight path. For what reason you're not entirely sure, but it's not making a beeline for anywhere, but it's just wending this way and that. And eventually, Burton holds up a fist, and you all stop. And he points forward. There. That's the place. And you can see, obviously, this forested valley is within the mountain range, and you can see what looks to be, you've come to the side of one of this valley, the northern edge. It seems you actually cross over the main road as you were following, and you can see what looks to be a very small, you can just about make out a cave mouth in the mountainside, but one that is covered. It's a small clearing just towards the edge of the mountains, and there are where the tree line stops, you look forward and you can see bushes covering a decent sort of almost providing a wall between you and the cave mouth, but there are gaps in these bushes, quite wide gaps that people can easily walk through. But you do see smoke, like a small plume of smoke rising up from the center behind these bushes, and you see the tracks lead forward towards this small little encampment.
Do we have, I don't know if this is discussed as we were going, do we have any sense of how far behind we are? Like how long ago Ruck...
Oh, we left within minutes of him leaving.
Yeah, but he's
How
a
quick
direwolf
he
right
is.
now.
Yeah, his speed is quicker. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely able to move faster than any of you.
Okay, how long have we been walking for then?
About 45 minutes.
Okay.
So he probably made it here in roughly half the time, I would assume.
Yeah.
Can we listen out to kind of try and hear for movement inside?
Sure, I'd say at this stage you're probably about, it's a reasonably thick tree line, so you have a decent amount of cover, but it's about 30 feet from the edge of the encampment. But if you wish to make a perception check, you may do so.
Do we want to maybe spread out a little bit around this cave mouth?
There are kind of two entrances, so to speak, two gaps in the bushes. Decently wide gaps, good, 10-foot gap.
Yeah.
But there are two sort of gates, doors, so to speak, that you can see. 10. It's cold. It's windy.
6 of us.
Starting to get dark a bit. But you don't notice. You don't hear anything from this distance.
What are you thinking?
Well, if there's those 2 kind of pseudo entrances, we can maybe
Split 3 and 3.
Split 3 and 3. Yes, try and sneak up as best we can towards them, and then I don't know how do we want to play this. I mean, the boy was only really docile after Ester cast a spell on him. I don't want us to walk in here expecting friendship and get our hands bitten off.
Weapons out but not raised.
I think they're probably all going to be animals.
Yes, I think.
If they attack, we attack. If we can talk to them first, great. But
And
I wouldn't put our lives on the line for them.
No, I agree. If they turn back, let's try and go for non-lethal blows. If we can at least then try and explain to them afterwards, we weren't here trying to murder you necessarily. We were just trying to get back our friend.
Yeah. But she's got to be the priority.
Yes, 100%. If we see her not in a cage, I expect she will be. But if not, we'll try and get her out of there as quickly as we can.
Right. So who's going right? Who's going left?
I don't mind.
You favour your crossbow, do you, Burden?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I favour the bow, so we should go to one side each.
Yes,
And
agreed.
me and Vela can both communicate, so each of us should go
To one side each as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Well, I'll go with Grandad. Ester, Damerus, you got a preference?
Not at all. I'll go with Vela.
Ester? It's like the old gang back together. Right. And just approach slowly at the same time, ready.
We'll take right, you take left.
Works.
Sounds good.
Okay, so
Game faces, everyone.
Good luck.
So, just to confirm, it's Burden, Vela, and Damerus on the right, and Herb, Drake, and Esther on the left.
Mhm.
Okay, good to know. So, you all, you sort of...
I would look for traps on the way because they had nets.
Damerus would also be mindful of this.
Make,
Can I help?
given the nature of this, I will say, those who are leading the parties, make...
And Vela then, because you guys can talk.
Make a perception check.
Yay! That's a natural 20.
7.
7.
I really hope the traps are on your side.
It would be 26. Hold on.
26.
Okay.
Okay.
Left are all in a net outside.
Herb, you,
Good luck.
Herb, you don't notice anything on the left.
What happened?
Great. Safe as houses.
Yeah. I assume you all sort of like planned it, so you're all sort of approaching at the...
Yeah,
same time.
we're trying to fan out essentially.
Right, fine, okay. So, so you're all walking forward. Herb, you guys don't notice anything on the left. Vela, as you're looking around and you're sort of, as you all move, you can get a better idea of what's of this small little campsite. The fire is still going. It's very low, but there is still smoke rising from it. It seems there doesn't seem to be anything else other than the fire here. Like, there's no chairs, there's no logs, nothing, like that. But the ground is very sort of muddied and trodden and so forth. Vela, as you're approaching, you see that the snow is much thinner, sort of generally in this sort of clearing area, and the ground in front of the entrance looks very peculiar. And you kind of like hold up your hand to stop everyone. Herb, Ester, and Drake. Can you all make dexterity saving throws,
Not in a
please?
net, but in a pitfall trap.
Maude, before you announce the trap, please promise me that Herb doesn't get lifted up by one ankle, causing a very unfortunate incident with his smock.
I can promise
Nothing
you
you've not seen before. Or me,
I
for
was
that
thinking
matter.
of you.
It's not unfortunate for anyone. Natural 20.
Oh,
Hooray!
yes.
Natural 20.
So the halflings both get natural 20s.
We were very lucky.
We're lucky. Yeah.
says Mr. 123 over there.
Yeah.
That is what they call
This
it.
is the balance.
9.
Oh dear.
Oh, good. It's
My
always,
smock!
it's always fun when traps work for one person.
Oh. But we're so dexterous that we could.
Can we not grab her with nat 20s? Just like.
2 nat 20s.
Nope, because
No, she did.
because I like my traps to work.
She
So,
did.
so
She did.
KILLED revoked. So, as the three of you are walking forward, Esther, the three of you step on the ground, out just sort of in these bushes between, and few steps go by. You know, the weight of the two halflings. You know, neither of you are particularly heavy.
We're just so small we don't set off the trap.
Yeah, but then Esther steps on things, and in a very sort of, Team Rocket motion, whereas before the two of you were perfectly fine, you know, going, why, you know, almost as if you knew you were there, you could go, why isn't it working? But then Esther, you step and the floor drops away from under your feet. The two of you are able to acrobatically just flip out of the way. Esther.
I like the idea in sync, like granddad and grandson just.
Yeah, make the perfect 3-point landing. Esther, you drop into this pit.
Abyss.
And
From whence there is no return.
Portal to the abyss.
yeah, you fall for a second or so, and you take 5 points of falling damage.
Did you land on your ass?
Yeah, you do land on your ass. You look up and you can see this dug pit trap. Appears to be about 20 feet deep.
Ow.
And it is at this point.
It's a trap.
Watch out for the. Oh.
Yeah. And it is at this point that you guys can all hear. And several
We're sorry about your hole.
and several figures.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Not for the star.
Sarah wins.
Unfortunately, Sarah, you are still in a hole. Title of your sextape.
Wow.
And it's at this point
Escalated.
that you see 4 animals emerging from the mouth of the cave.
Squirrel.
Three
Squirrel.
three large direwolves and 1 enormous boar. Ladies and gentlemen, roll initiative.
Fair enough,
What's
fair
a
enough.
boar?
Roll with disadvantage
he's
for that
got-
pun.
The boy, he's just gonna try and read to you.
That'll do.
That's
Donkey.
Who are you calling a donkey?
You.
It's not terrible.
Mine was terrible.
Oh
That's
no.
kind of our party's motto.
That's not terrible. Mine was terrible.
The golden sails, we exist.
Yeah. We'll do jobs for you.
25 to
We'll
20.
attempt jobs for you.
25 to
Success rate
20.
thus far.
You heard.
25 to 20? Ah, wonderful.
All of the enemies.
20 to 15.
19.
16.
You guys.
Yeah.
Yay.
Double D. 15 to 10.
God.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
We are in trouble.
10 or below.
It's dangerously close to a
Sub
wreck.
10.
10 or below.
8.
Bella?
No, but eat.
3.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Friends! Friends! Friends!
More wolves.
She's still going, watch out for the. Oh.
You're in the hole. But there was like ground there that you shouldn't have walked on. Why did you do that?
Well, that's what happens when you approach simultaneously. Hey, burden's not lost. So,
He's not a burden anymore. That's been used already.
yes it has, but
It'll continue to be.
it's,
I got-
yes, I was
We like reusing.
I was going to say, it's very unlike all of you to reuse jokes.
Like,
There it is! There it is!
Why think of new material? When you can just rest on your laurels.
And you can just bludgeon people to death with the same
That
lance.
should be almost recombinant.
So, at the, at the top of the round, you see these 3 direwolves bounding forward.
What if they didn't?
Or what if they did?
I was not prepared for this.
So, two of them are going to... Yes, two of them are going to jump. They make a leap, which they can easily do over these pits.
Question.
Yes?
In my head, just the way you described it, because you had us walking forward and then Ester,
Yes.
we jumped to the front of the pit.
I'll allow it. With natural 20s, I'll
Yeah.
allow it. Fine. Okay. So, the wolves all move forward instead of leaping over.
Sorry, Grandad.
Great.
In fact, yeah, given that the two of you are on that side and the others aren't, they're all going to go for you.
Ooh.
We're dead.
My grandson in a pit.
Sorry?
I throw my grandson in a pit.
On your turn.
Which is after me.
So the three wolves begin to
I jump
surround the two
First
of
the
you.
lake, and now pit.
And two of them are going to go for you.
That's fair.
Because you're obviously the more dangerous compared to the old man.
That's true.
And
We're the dog of your fool.
yes, exactly. And another one's going to go for you. So with their pack tactiques,
Oh,
No.
That's-
Tactics, if you will.
yes, 21 versus AC Drake. Good. That's going to be 7 points of piercing damage as it bites you. And can you make a strength saving throw, please?
I cannot. Oh no, I'm fine. 19.
19. Yep, you're fine. They don't manage to knock you prone. The second attack is going to be 16.
No.
Okay, so one bites down on you, bites down on your arm, and like you just shake it off. Get off me! And then you do shake it off, and with your Taylor Swift bardic powers, you twist to the side, and what this other wolf almost sort of drops into the pit, but pulls back and just continues to snarl and menace at you. The one against you, Herb. Ha! That's almost rather appropriate. It rolled a 1 and a 2. So it just like...
I am the 3.
Yes, it just...
In the words of the bard, it's feeling 1 and 2. 22.
I don't know.
It was a stretch.
tenuous, but I
I'll allow it.
with explanation. Because that always
It's
makes
like getting
funny.
first with an asterisk.
yes.
Why are you not laughing?
But they're just the three wolves are now just all looking at you, continuing to growl at you. Herb, the one that's on you looks familiar.
I slept with you.
It brings back memories of a honeymoon.
Drake, you're up. Damerus, you're on deck.
Okay.
You chose this.
I did, yes. I was not prepared for it.
No.
You chose poorly.
I did.
Yes.
The archer.
Okay.
Melee. Yes.
Or. Okay. So there's 3 of them. Even if I move but take an opportunity attack against me, would I be able to shoot one of them such that if, say, hypothetically it exploded,
Yes.
it wouldn't hurt my granddad?
If
If I shot the one on the far side of him from him, but it would still hit 2 wolves rather than not all 3 wolves, but 2 wolves from not him. Is that possible?
yes, but you would have to move out of range for
That's
that.
fine. I'll do that.
Fine. Okay.
But first of all, because I have a bonus action, second of the wind. Okay, that's not bad. So that takes me up with level 3, right?
Yes.
I'm not hurt at all. Sorry, I was confused.
Let's go back in the body.
That's much better.
That's going to be 24 versus AC.
What was it?
But it is.
But
Oh,
it's-
fuck. Don't help him!
Thanks, Connor. He had me there for a second. You take 8 points of piercing damage.
That's fair.
And
But they're not moving, are they? So they can't do the whole pounce thing. I'm moving.
sure, fuck it. Keep combat moving. Yeah, but you're able to move out of range, sort of more towards the center.
Definitely wrote down I had 8 HP, right? I'm taking 8 damage. I would then like to shoot, funnily enough.
Yep. With the arrow of the exploding.
Yeah, well, that's got to hit first, but
Yeah.
I presume 25 will hit.
Yes.
Yeah, so it takes 6 normal damage.
6 normal damage.
And they both take.
Oh, buddy. On
3 boom damage.
on 3d6, he rolled 1, 1, 2.
Oh man,
That's my boy.
it's almost as bad as my 1-2-2-1 on 3D or
that was
4D.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that's 6 piercing damage and then 3 force damage.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'd then like to action surge and shoot it again.
that does sound like you.
18.
18 does hit.
And that's about a 9 damage.
9 damage. And this one, yeah, you're not exploding this one as well.
No, well, I can only do it once a time, I believe.
True. Okay, so Drake, you take a few steps backwards, keeping these wolves in your sight, but also keeping an eye on the boar in your peripheral vision. And one of them bites out at you that you're not expecting. You push it off, and then draw your 2 arrows, shoot them forward, and so again, that's a brief flash of blue purplish energy explodes over them, and they growl towards you. Damerus, you're up. Herb, you're on deck.
Is there space for me to move forward past the pit without falling into the pit?
You're not sure. You know there's something there, but you don't know.
So I think there's another pit, and the pit that I saw fall through.
Because the pit was on our side and you're on the other side.
Okay.
So there's some interesting looking ground in front of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
You're gonna have to jump.
Yeah.
Given that you saw.
Yeah, Vela
Yeah,
stopped
Vela
us
saw it.
because she thought that there was a trap in front of us.
Yes, and you saw and
we saw
heard.
another one.
So
Okay.
it's not a hard logical assumption.
Yeah, I would like to. In that case, I can't. I have to waste my time doing this. I would like to move forward and try and use my sword to stab through and trigger that trap that's in front of Vela.
Make a strength check for me,
Oh,
please.
this is not going to go well. Oh, natural 20, but -1, so 19.
Okay. So noted. So with this surge of adrenaline, as you hear this, you hear all these sounds going off at once. You hear the collapsing of the pit, the growling of the beasts, and the explosion of Drake's arrows, and you just draw Dana and Grigori and just come down and stab down at the ground, and then there's a very sharp snap. And all of the various foliage and dirt just drop away from underneath you, and the trap is triggered, leaving about a 10-foot wide gap in front of you, but untriggered, not affecting you. Yes.
Cool. I would like to try and move in such a way that I'm not blocking that 10-foot path, but I can maybe see some of these wolves. Is that possible from where I'm at?
Not really from this angle. The other wolves are all kind of.
Like by that other.
They're all sort of at the edge of the other pit. Yes.
Okay.
What's your strength score?
It's 9. Yeah, no, that was my thinking, but could I move through the door then, and I assume see one of these wolves?
The pit takes up the entire gap between the bushes. It's almost as if they planned it.
Almost. How? Okay, they must jump. Okay. I don't fucking know what to do. Like, I'm a melee dude who's not very good at jumping. Like, yeah.
All the wolves
Jump
on
and
our
scrabble.
side.
Yeah.
All the wolves are on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you
No,
can,
oh, yeah,
as a
like
running jump, you drop your strength score. It's a
Yeah.
10-foot gap and he's got 9 strength.
So I can't jump 10 feet.
Well, you can, and then Scrabble, you can try and grab it.
I would allow you an athletics check.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to I'll just fucking jump. God damn it.
Okay.
This is not gonna go well.
You move back, take a run up,
You said that about the last time.
and
Okay, that's not terrible. It's 16.
16. Like you stab down. You take a few steps back, and you're like, move, and leap. And whoa. You catch your balance and just lean forward, and you're able to get over the other side of the pit. You watch.
Just latch on with the mariner's kits.
Stab the sextant into the
Climb out
pit
the top
wall.
of the pit.
But yes, you just about managed to land on the other side safely. You see these wolves harrowing Drake and Herb, and you see the boar just out of the corner of your eye, snarling and watching.
Cool.
At
I'm
the
assuming
campfire.
I've done quite a lot. I imagine that's my turn.
Yes,
Cool.
You have a bonus action, but that's it.
Oh, in that case, if I have a bonus action, I will huck a dagger towards one of the wolves that's harassing my companions.
Bonus actions, if you're doing them as part of attacks, can only be taken if you take the attack action, I believe.
Oh, I figured offhand attacks could be made as a bonus action, but that's cool.
They can be made as a bonus action if your
you
main
attack.
action is attack.
Right, cool.
Um,
Then I just am there.
Yes, but you're on the other side. That's
Yes.
important.
Nice of you to join us.
Yeah. Who knows for how long? We will see. Herb, you're up.
I'm gonna hit this small boy with a stick.
You've been in trouble for this before.
I think I just found last episode's next time on.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
That'll do.
Yep, that'll do, Pip.
Get that boy.
Go ahead and make your critical attack.
So that double damage die.
Yeah,
Double
you
the
got
dice. So, like, I think officially you're supposed to roll the dice and then double the damage. I always
No, you
say.
do 2 dice. You double all the dice that you would normally roll. So
This
you
is,
get to the
see,
end.
this is the thing. It's like there's debate as to whether you roll all the whether you roll 2d8
twice.
instead of 1, or if you double the result you get from 1d8. I
thought
always say you
4
can.
was the...
My point is, I say do whichever you want, but you have to choose beforehand.
2 plus
Ooh, roll that again.
4.
6 plus 12.
12 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
You just smack the boy on the head.
I'm gonna key flurry of blows this little shit.
Go ahead.
23, sorry.
23. Yeah, that hits.
Close.
17 plus 6 is 13.
It's 13, yes.
Numbers. How do they work? That's number
and
line.
why?
Celebrity.
7
Let's
damage.
find out.
7 damage.
First one.
Hollywood.
Let's rotate the board.
The next attack is 19.
19 hits.
Damn, huh?
8 damage.
Monks. Sorry.
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
Kyo.
Randy Marsh.
Exactly.
So you draw your quarterstaff or your eighth staff, depending on who you ask. Whack the wolf straight on the snout. Oh! It draws back in pain, and then come around with one punch, come around with another kick. And boom, boom. It's just you're pushing it back, and it's you hear a few snapping noises. It's clearly in pain.
Daddy gonna be pissed.
Can I disengage and get out of its
Well,
way?
yeah, you'd be the doddering old man. I forgot
The doddering old man.
Where would you like to disengage to? Your back is to the pit.
that. Move sideways.
What have I got sideways?
So I imagined it that you were on the left, Drake was on the right. So Drake's kind of backed off towards the centre with the bush on his left and with the 2 pits in between him. So you could sort of move round towards the left-hand bush wall, so to speak.
Do that, please.
Yeah, cool. So 10 feet. And the wolf just looks around in confusion and then turns around, suddenly noticing you, and just tilts its head for a brief second, as if to say, how did you get there?
I'm not that kind of monk, am I? The kind of monk that can move them. That's a different kind of monk.
Yeah, no, that is a different type of monk. You're doddering old
Punch
man.
them into a pit. I forgot you were in the pit.
So, at this point,
You're doing really well, Kai.
Drake,
You've been splattered with my blood, isn't it?
Drake,
Yeah.
you hear a snarling to your right.
Oh, no. I didn't beat up his
Back
son.
in.
I was very ineffectual.
Modded 20.
Yeah. He is.
Still, that's not terrible. You take 6 points of slashing damage as this boar just comes out of nowhere, charging. Well, not nowhere. You're aware that it's there, but just in terms of how fast it's moving, it comes at you, gores you with its tusks.
Ester, he took the bandages off.
And he does. I just need to check something.
He took my bandages off. I'm back to where I was.
Drake.
I just see the bandage flutter away.
Okay.
They're not cheap.
Can I roll to recover bandages?
Reuse bandages, really? You sure that's wise?
If you pee on them, then they're sterile again.
That's your answer to everything.
That's how it works.
That's how Herb treats wounds. Don't let him use the medicine.
Pee on them.
We learned that the hard way.
Okay, the boar is currently menacing you.
Yes.
Esther, you're up. Vela, you will be up soon.
The right attitude, every wound is a jellyfish sting.
So, spiritual weapon says nothing about having to see the creature. It's you create a floating weapon that lasts for the duration or until you cast a spell again. You can take any form you choose. When you cast a spell, melee attack within 5 feet of the weapon. 1d8 force damage. Nothing about seeing it.
It says melee attack though.
Yeah, but of the weapon. Which
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
cast
she can move the
60
weapon.
feet from myself.
D&D physics. The magical metaphysics of how spells work. I want to check how this works for my own benefit.
Does that mean
Great
you're just going to conjure a weapon somewhere
It's
above
within
you
range
to
of
start
concentration.
swinging it around?
Yeah, that's what I was
For the
thinking.
best.
That's correct, yeah.
Just checking.
For my turn, I flail. With a flail.
Esther, why are you hitting me?
Okay, I will say this, is that I do not think it unreasonable that in order to move the weapon, you have to be able to see where you're moving it.
Can I mean, I can hear... So these animals are growling.
Like I would say that from your angle, like the pit is wide enough that you can step back and you're able to see all the wolves.
Yes!
So you can
This is
definitely...
why I like you, Alex.
See, no, my point is, you can summon the spiritual weapon directly above you, because it's a 20-foot pit. But moving it, if the wolves or anything else moves away from the edge of the pit, is going to be trickier because you won't be able to know. You won't know where to move it.
You're
About
wise.
10 feet to your right.
Up, down, left, right.
Square, square, circle, start, select. Yes, we got the cheat code.
Wonderful.
Good. Fully healed. No, so,
Well, before I do that, I would like to cast guidance on myself, which will
yes,
be...
because spiritual weapons are bonus action.
Do a good job.
Yep.
Esther,
And for
you're
my
doing
bonus
really well
spiritual
today.
Weapon, I want to do that thing, and I want to swing at the young one if I can.
What form does your spiritual weapon take?
Big scythe.
Big scythe. Big creepy scythe. Okay, so you guys all, you can Herb and probably Herb and yeah, no, because Herb's the only one on that side. So Herb you can hear a vague arcane muttering or divine muttering coming from the pit. And then suddenly you just see this enormous spectral, you all see this enormous spectral grey scythe hanging in midair that takes a swing at...
the one that's hurt the child, if I can see it.
You probably wouldn't be able to tell the three of them apart from this distance.
Then
You
the
just-
nearest one.
That is the only one nearest to Herb, and I've disappeared from your view, I presume, have I?
Yes, but they're all still by the edge of the pit.
Yeah,
so,
but she can see Herb.
Yeah, no, Herb's moved away. She
Oh,
can
right,
see
yeah.
the wolves,
Sorry.
but she can't see anything else.
Cool.
Okay,
I can smell herb.
I will say the middle one then. That would be the closest. So, go ahead and make your attack rolls.
You can definitely spell out now. Between the voice only he can hear and the appearance of the scythe, he thinks his
You-
time has come.
I was going to say, sorry, you just rolled damage.
It's all over. Fair enough.
I do like
I
that you
have a
beat the
great
shit.
life.
Like,
Ah!
that boy that Vela very much tried to, calm, befriend, and you beat the shit out of him, and Esther's first response was, I'm going to get that kid.
Herb was very nice to that young
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Nicer than he's been to any of you.
It's very
You just you watch up above. The angle is very peculiar, and you don't have very good vision on these creatures. So you just see the wolf that that your spectral side takes a swing at duck underneath its slashing attempted decapitation.
Does the attempt look a little bit like when you have an L-shaped block in Tetris and you're just trying to turn it the right orientation? What?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. No. Incidentally, the incantation for summoning a spiritual weapon sounds something like da 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 da. Anyway, my operatic career aside, anything else, Esther?
That is me.
Okay.
Unless I can use my movement to try and scrabble up the side of the pit. What does the side of the pit look like?
Your grave.
Loose. Your grave, cleric. Loose earth.
Loose earth.
Yeah.
Can I try and move up earth?
So okay. Normally, if your character doesn't have a stated climbing or swim speed, it's considered half your movement.
Okay.
However, given the nature of this surface that you're attempting to climb, I will ask you to make an athletics check.
Is it kind of like Skyrim? I'm just like running up this. Athletics.
It's more that you're just sort of like your hands are going into earth and like there's no real.
You grab roots
Was
and stuff.
dirt called Earth before the planet was called Earth? What did we just say? Isn't that weird?
It still
That
is
called-
Earth.
That's what I know, but what came first? Did we call the whole planet Earth and like this is a bit of Earth?
I think that's probably the way it came.
It must be.
It's weird, isn't it?
Because I didn't know it was a planet.
Shower thoughts
See, I'd
with
call it-
Alex Wells King.
Earth.
They're quite
It's like
different.
pick up a handful of Earth.
Yeah.
But I would say that-
It's either that or our planet's name means dirt.
Yeah.
But see, this thing, I would go with dirt over Earth.
Yeah.
As a default.
Because normally the planet would be called Terra, I would have thought.
But if you go to another planet, so you're in Mars and you're like doing the Martian thing and planting potatoes, what do you bury them in?
Dirt.
In Mars.
No, you bury them in dirt.
Dig a hole.
This is why we have another word for it.
Well, see, this
It's Mars there. It's different.
It is. It's Martian dirt.
You bury it in the Earth, in the Martian Earth, but
Like space dirt.
But then that's
you
not.
specifically
No, you
don't
can't
measure
say
it.
Earth. No.
Yeah, you're wrong. Classic Maude.
Dirt. Just
so
Closer to burying it in tree than it is in Earth. Earth is specifically what it isn't.
so these we can have these sorts of discussions at a later time. And now,
Meanwhile, the boar attack.
yeah. Meanwhile, everything's going for Andy Murray.
Oh.
Such is the wrath of the
Apart from
DM.
the Earth.
Mars is.
He's a real salt of the Mars type.
Mario's
So,
laughing.
what did you get for your athletics, Esther?
6.
6. Wonderful.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. You grasp into the loose soil, and maybe it's not even soil if it's not. But anyway, you grasp into the
What planet are
material
we
and
on
just
in the game.
Yeah, are we on
Libraria.
Earth?
Yeah, we're on
Libraria.
But is
So
that
it's
Earth?
not even Earth then.
there is a difference, Alex, between the concrete noun Earth to mean dirt, soil, and the proper noun Earth to mean the name of our planet.
That was the question, though, is there?
Yes.
Yes.
Or are we just saying?
Because that's the difference. Right, moving on. Esther, you failed to climb out of the pit. That is your turn. You may try again next time. It is now Burden's turn.
Oh! This is why I did guidance, and then I forgot.
It wouldn't have made a difference. The DC was higher than that.
But the wolf might.
Sorry?
What did you roll for your attack?
My attack?
Yeah.
It's too late to
Yeah.
add guidance to the
No, it is, but what did you roll? I'm just interested if it would make a difference.
10? Was it?
10 or 11 or something.
It was embarrassing. I'm
yes,
embarrassed.
like, point is,
Thanks for
you
bringing
didn't,
up again.
point is, you didn't,
Andy.
you didn't do it at this, you didn't do it now, but the guidance still holds until next turn. Spiritual weapon of concentration. Can you check if spiritual weapon is concentration for me, please, Esther? I'll take Burden's turn in the meantime. He's going to circle round, stay on this side of the pit, and
With his ranged weapon.
yes, with his ranged weapon, he circles round and he's going to take a shot at the large boar that's on you.
Good!
Don't talk about his mother that way.
There are 2 wolves and a boar, or 3 wolves? And a
Three
boar?
wolves and a
Three
boar.
wolves and a boar.
It's almost
Three-
like the
three-
dad is a boar and the other one.
3 dire wolves and a boar, and a giant boar. So he aims his crossbow shot, and you guys have noticed like Burden tends to very much take his time with his shots, and whenever he hits, he always seems to hit very vital areas.
Why did he just run away screaming last time he was attacked by these guys? What was worse?
What? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Didn't these very
When
things attack
Shana
him?
got
He just fucked off.
taken.
Pissed himself.
Yeah,
and ran
no,
away.
because he was outnumbered 4 to 1. He's not outnumbered anymore. So
See how much was when Arthur allowed his friend to get captured by wolves?
again, he was outnumbered. So
Alex picks apart the plot.
as well as the English language. So
Concept of space.
And time.
time.
Next
So
time.
Drake,
No!
Drake, you
Yeah,
watch
me.
as a bolt from behind you embeds itself in the side of this boar, who lets out an enormous squeal of pain, and
Stupid piggy.
yeah, and it's like looking around, trying to notice where the attack is coming from.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex, for the sound effects. Vela, you're up. Drake, you will be.
Oh my
next.
goodness. Yes, I'm
Sweet.
here.
Yes, you are.
I would like to actually. Where are all the wolves at the moment?
So the wolves
Yeah.
are all on the left hand, at the edge of the left hand pit.
Okay.
The boar is more towards the centre, who's along with Drake. You're currently on the other side of the now open right hand pit.
Okay. I would like to use Ice Knife against the giant boar, please. So it's the ranged spell attack.
Okay. Bye bye, friends. What do you roll?
A 2.
Oh, you're safe, Drake.
Okay.
Which would be an 8 altogether.
Yeah. So the ice knife misses, but it does still explode. What is your spell save DC, please, Villa?
14.
14. Drake, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Drake, you're not safe.
Vela,
Oh, yes, I'm lucky.
you want how many?
Oh, 11.
Also 11 for the boar, so they both fail. So roll your 2d6 cold damage.
Yes.
Okay.
You're not as adorable as you think you are. Not with the ice that's about to embed itself in me.
You'll be fine.
Liar!
10.
10. Oh. Drake, you take 10 points of cold damage.
Sorry.
As does the boar.
I didn't realise you were that close.
As
It feels like a small breeze would blow me over and kill me.
Put you in a pit.
da 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 da.
From Russia with fun.
How close are all of my allies to me?
I see.
Emotionally, slightly less than they were about 10 seconds.
I kind of like you until now.
I would say that probably if you're going to do what I think you're going to do, is that you would probably be able to get it in range if you summoned it on the other side of the pit, because Herb is the furthest. Well, actually, no, you probably wouldn't get Ester, because Ester is 20 feet down.
But she's safe in the pit.
Right. Okay, I'm going to
Is
do it
she?
anyway. I'm going to summon my bear totem.
Okay, everyone gets 8 temporary hit points.
Hooray! I needed that.
Still a net loss for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow.
Yeah. If I was a halfling and I was rolling that, I would re-roll it.
Do we have any potions in the party?
No, I'm really bad for that. It's my turn, right? If you're done.
No.
I am done.
Because it's the direwolf's turn.
Oh, they smell blood. I'm
So-
So, doesn't the bear give you like
It gives me, yeah,
advance and strength check?
Yeah.
You're just gonna hold.
yeah. But there's 2 wolves.
Just 3 wolves. However,
One of them's up.
Yeah, one of-
the fucking hope.
yeah, yeah, no, you are closest. So 2 of them are going to rally around.
I'm
on
not
Herb.
closest. I moved away. I took an opportunity attack to specifically move away.
Yes, but as in you're next closest after Herb.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant than Herb. I was like, hang on a minute.
No. So 2 of them are going to go for Herb.
I've never been so happy for something to attack my granddad.
Yeah, I
That's
want a bit of a.
modded 20 versus Herb.
They're all getting a bit of Herb.
Yeah, let's take a big piece.
Can you make a strength saving throw, please? for
With
me?
advantage.
advantage?
Oh, yes.
Yes, with
Yep.
advantage.
I love advantage.
You know what I love?
Natural
Not done.
20.
Why
Yeah,
re-roll?
22.
Yeah, no,
He
you
gets a 21.
I don't roll in the middle, I roll at both either end.
you take math. How does it work? You take 8 points of piercing damage.
All of those temporary hit points you just got.
Yeah.
Bites down on you, and the other one comes around, and that's a 21 versus AC.
Yep. Good time.
Strength saving throw, please, with advantage.
14 or 16.
16. Yep, you succeed. They don't knock you over. You do, however, take another 9 points of piercing damage. Yep, these guys are nasty. The third one, Drake, unfortunately, as you are closest, is going to go for you. However, that's only a 14 versus AC.
Yes!
Yeah, so it's
It slips on my blood.
it does. It does. It bounds forward and actually sort of loses its balance for like half a second, but you're able. It's now pounding you, but its jaws do snap short, a few inches short of your body. It is now your turn, Drake.
Well, there goes my plan. I mean, I'm going to draw my rapier and stab at them because
Okay.
them being on me.
At whom?
The wolf, because I'm hoping that Burden has pissed off the boar enough it will leave me alone, and I haven't attacked it yet. So the wolf.
Go ahead.
What did 19 do you?
Yes.
Woo!
Is this the wolf? Oh no, sorry, rapier.
How about 13 damage?
13 damage. That's
Max damage!
Nice.
Stabby.
Could you not attack me? The wolves!
okay. So this
I
wolf.
forgot that it did that.
It lets out a very high pitched cry of pain as you stab at it in its moment of unbalance. Anything else, Drake?
I literally can't.
Okay. Damerus, you're up. Herb, you're on deck.
Double D.
Right. Yes.
You watch. You see in your immediate vicinity a very bloody Drake being harrowed by one of these direwolves and a large boar.
What do we look like when we have the temporary hit points from the bear? Is it like a shield almost or something?
It's like you're wearing a bear hat.
But it looks like the bear hat is holding me up.
It's a large
You're a corpse wrapped in fur.
You all sort of take it when the bird spirit summons. It's almost as if you've taken a very deep breath after being underwater for a long time. Just you feel a sudden
Naturally more revitalized.
Okay.
yes, a natural surge of energy within you, like stepping outside into a very crisp, fresh air.
Cool.
Cup
So
of
I-
soup.
2 ears, just like a little teddy bear.
I would like to rush up towards the wolf with Dana and Grigori still drawn and take a slice.
Okay, yep. You'd have to sort of go around slightly, but you're more than able to do that, avoiding everything.
Cool. There is a companion in melee with this creature, is there not?
Me, yes. Hello.
So I get to make my attack with advantage?
Not
Or-
typically.
more in
No,
melee with
because
direwolves are big.
That's very
Because of the
true.
size
They are
of it.
enormous. Right.
large, technically.
Large.
Is 19.
19 hits.
Wonderful.
Roll your sneak attack damage.
You so sneaky.
Ah,
was
yeah.
Regular.
9
Plus.
I
Killing them.
forgot to do that with the things. Never mind.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
16 damage. Okay.
I would then like to use the rest of my movement to move around to the boar and hit that as well.
Okay. Yes, you can do that. So you watch actually as this slice as you come up, you begin dashing around, circling around, taking a slice at this direwolf in its back, sort of cutting across its down its spinal column, and its form shifts, and you can see a middle-aged dwarven woman looking around, like her teeth bared and.
Oh, actually.
Well, now we're on an even playing field.
If she
Kill her.
drops, I wouldn't. Yeah, if she drops, I wouldn't continue. I would just make another attack against her.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Smart.
That is a.
Now
it's
you
a
are flanking, isn't it?
Unnatural 20.
Because she's a dwarf now.
Yes, that is correct. So yeah, make your attack with advantage.
That is better, but not a crit. That is 23.
Always worth doing. 23 still hits.
Cool. 3 extra damage.
Okay.
It's like,
serious slice.
Slice. That'll learn you.
She takes the hit and like she's snarling in.
Alright, don't snarl at us. You were the one who bit me.
Anything else?
You.
Anything else, Damerus?
No. That's
Okay. Herb, you're up. Esther, you will be the next player.
I am gonna have to run and do a Connor though, which
Ah.
is the affectionate name in the MaudeWorld production team as needing a wig.
I gotta make peeps.
Gotta make a Connor on the toilet.
He's been enjoying too much of this delicious.
God
Well,
damn it.
I actually have.
Andy,
That
you're
is the
saying there's
problem.
such a thing as
Says
too
this
much
boy
of this
was.
And of course, a Connor is completely different to an Alan.
well, never too much.
You
Yes,
never,
that.
you never follow a tiefling into the bathroom after they've done an Alan. I'm gonna attack this child with my staff.
Okay.
Some more. 21 versus AC.
21 hits.
I feel like it's more reasonable if you say wolf.
5.
5 points of damage.
I attack this child. Die!
Whack comes around and hits it in the ribs. It's still up.
Alright, then I'm gonna flurry of blows it again.
Okay.
I
Spend
like
key.
hitting things.
Unlock the door that is damage.
Very good. 20 unnatural.
I like
That
that.
hits. Get it? Door.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Key.
it was good, man.
Yeah.
6
Oh,
points of
now I
your
get it.
damage.
I am funny.
6.
6 points of damage. Still in his wolf form. Whoop.
Hot digging it
Doesn't
down.
Thanks, 5 lamps. 25.
25.
When
hits.
you're in need, you can always trust 5 lamps.
That's twice now.
Okay,
5
now
minutes.
you're just being silly. The dice literally just bounced off the bottom.
But without
I've
that,
got
whole
only
argument.
19.
Exactly.
6 again.
6 points of damage. Okay. You watch as
Fucking wolf.
as you
Sorry, no.
with a
Fucking child.
with a final kick to the child's face. The child turns back into a child.
That is the best thing to come back.
Kicking a child in the face.
Good job on kicking the child in the face, team.
Okay, so you kick this very large direwolf in the face, and the very large direwolf turns back into the familiar form of Ruck.
We should make kicking it any more immoral.
Sure, let's go with
You
that.
might feel bad about kicking it in the face again.
But he will.
Anyway.
That's future help, probably.
Okay.
Cut the face of said child.
Herb, anything else?
Can I disengage and use my 10 feet to get behind him? Is that
Yes, you
possible?
can. Yeah.
Sort of get behind him.
Yeah, the other wolf sort of like is like looking towards the young child and is like and then seems confused again that you've moved somehow despite being a doddering old man.
Didn't expect that shit.
Indeed. So, the boar is going to turn around on you, Damerus.
Yes.
No, on you. Yeah, on you, Damerus. That is, however, only an 11 versus AC.
That is a miss.
Tries
Where
to.
were the 11s last?
It's almost as if the wolves have pack tactics and therefore can roll with advantage.
Likely story.
I mean, yes, that's.
I said it was likely. What more do you want from
It's
me?
literally in the U manuscript.
And I'm agreeing with you.
See that it stays that way.
Oh no.
So, but this boar just attempts to gore you with its tusks, and you just back out of the way, swords crossed, ready to do things next time. Esther, you're up.
Are you ready?
I would like to scramble out of the pit.
Make an athletics check, please. You do have your D4.
Which is just as well. No, it's not. That makes
gonna help.
no difference. No, it's going to be terrible anyway.
Would that be a natural one?
No,
No.
no. I've been rolling consistently sub 5s.
Oh, okay.
No ones so far. Why did I even use that?
That was
It
a 1 though.
Stupid. That was a
That was
1.
on the
That was a 1.
Does that take you to 5?
It takes me to 7, which is
Believe is what you rolled last time. So, or either that or you rolled a 6 last time. So again, you're just trying to find grips purchase in this material. However, you are unable to do so. This earth is just too loose and is not providing you with any grip.
Use the scythe on the
so
child.
that was my movement, correct?
Sure,
That's my movement. Can I? Well, first bonus action, spiritual weapon, swing at the nearest wolf.
All the wolves have moved away from the edge of the pit.
Swing.
Right.
Swing it anyway.
Swing at the child.
It's a small one.
So what can I see then?
So you see overcast sky.
I see overcast sky. I swing at the
Additional
overcast sky.
5 lamps.
I will allow you. Okay, first make a perception check.
Very well. Now this is what my guidance should have gone on. Oh, that's 22.
22. Okay. You have a. I will say that because of that,
That cloud
You
looks
have-
like an octopus.
you have a rough idea of where you heard the footsteps of the wolves move. I will allow you to take a swing with your spiritual weapon, but it will be at disadvantage
That is fair.
because you have no
Or
idea.
not. Dos. That's 19.
19 with disadvantage. That's very good. That still hits.
The scythe knows.
The scythe always knows. I will say this is against the other wolf that was on Herb.
Thank
The not child.
Oh, if you're gonna be that guy.
That's 6 plus 20. That is 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay.
Plus. So that's my movement and my bonus. And with my action, can I dash to try again to get up the wall?
Off the wall.
Mm,
So I'm just quoting brands. I was looking at the Vans website because they've got a new David Bowie collection and it's stuck in my head. Thank you.
David.
If you're hunting for another sponsor.
That
David
is
Bowie.
The last
You definitely
one.
said
David
David
Bowie is not
Bowie.
going to sponsor us at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very clear.
Right.
He doesn't need to. He sponsors my heart.
Yes. So, I will say
Is my cheesy grin helping?
What are you trying to be cheesy about?
She's trying to say use her action to dash so she can climb again.
Oh yeah.
I will say that to me, attempting the same thing twice in one turn is not really feasible.
Dig your way out.
No, dig up, stupid.
Let's That was a wonderfully dangerously close to a reference. So I'm going to deny you that, I'm afraid, because...
Then I will hold my action. No, that's pointless. I will hold my action until I can see something to shoot my crossbow at it.
So noted. Very well.
Something that I want to shoot my crossbow at. We're talking strictly wolves,
Yes, no,
or herb here.
No, herb's not a druid. Oh no. So,
What about the child?
now we've already established, Andy, you kick children in the face.
Sorry.
That's how they learn.
Damn.
We at MaudeWorld do not advocate the kicking of children in the face.
Not the well-behaved ones.
No, just feed them some 5 lamps beer instead.
Oh,
That'll let him.
That's bound to be better.
They're kicking him in the face.
Kicking a child.
Arguably, depends on the child.
I mean,
Kicking a
both of
child
those
or
things.
giving them alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, both of those things are illegal. So
The DM keeps advocating giving children narcotics. I thought he was so straight-laced.
I'll straight lace you in a minute. So,
I'm just threatening that guy on the air.
You're that guy.
so it is Burden's turn. He is going to take another shot at the boar.
Squeal.
Yes, I think. That's going to hit with a natural, with a modded 21 rather. So, he lines up the shot and...
Destroys it.
Okay, so the bolt flies towards the boar and
I swear to God, if this ball jumps out the way and it hits me, I'm not going to be happy.
it's
I will be happy.
no, he rolled a 21, but the bolt embeds itself in the boar's chest. It lets out a squeal of pain, and Drake, you look and you watch as just for a moment you see that familiar sensation of the flesh moulding and shaping to change back its form, but the creature snarls and resists, and it stays in its boar form. Blood just dripping and bleeding from its face, and you look into its eyes and you can see just bloodshot rage as it snarls at the two of you. But it's still keeping itself together. That is Burden's turn. Vela, you're up. You're still on the other side of the pit.
Yeah,
with
okay.
Burden.
I'm going to wild shape into a wolf, please.
Okay, just a regular old wolf. Cool.
Just that's all I can do.
Yep.
I cannot
You not
be
be dire
dire
yet?
wolf. I cannot.
She's not circled the moon, so.
The
Unlike these guys.
the manuscript says I can't. Not yet.
What have I told you about reading?
What is a wolf's strength score, please?
+1
+1. Sorry, total.
for 12.
12, yeah, fine. So you could
Boing.
jump over the pit.
I will.
Boing. So yes.
It
So
sounds exactly like.
yes. Boing. So
I'm picturing like a cartoon just like...
I'm picturing like a
So you
cat who's
just-
just seen a cucumber.
So Burden just watches as you transform into this wolf, and you just he gives you an odd look as he just hears a ring. As
I'm gonna give him a wink.
Just as you Burden is very confused.
Does she think it's a snake?
As he thinks, as Burden thinks, I hope this doesn't awaken something in me.
What a man does in the privacy of his own dungeon, Connor, is his business. So, you leap over the bit, and you can see this boar growling at Damerus and Drake, and you can also see this middle-aged dwarven woman dressed in similar garb to how Ruck was dressed, and you can also see Ruck towards the other side. But in terms of animals, there is one direwolf and one boar still up.
I'm gonna go for the wolf that's on its own.
Isn't it wild check your action?
No, it's bonus action.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was Suckle the Moon who gets that.
I was going to say, I thought
Sure.
I was reading that manuscript again.
Why do we listen to this manuscript?
because, Alex, the rules are there to control the fun.
Oh, yeah,
Organised fun is the
best.
best fun.
It won't be in this. I need sound files.
No,
Don't we?
Should be
Yeah.
just general
Generic
druid.
druid.
Yeah, because you're only circling them in.
Just, yeah, your circle of the shepherd stuff is about.
You can use your action.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get up close to the other wolf.
Okay.
The wolf that's still a wolf.
Yes.
Sniffing his butt.
Yes. Who are you?
Sniffing her butt.
That's
actually,
true,
is
yeah.
it?
Oh.
Hello. So, yes. Okay, so it's now the wolf's turn.
Wolf and friends.
Yes. So the wolf is going to
One wolf remaining.
is going to turn around and take and she doesn't
Sniff
sniff
my
at
butt?
you sniffing her butt. Vela.
Smells
And
like
That's going to be a
wild
gift.
that's a modded 20 versus AC.
Yes.
Can you make a strength saving throw as a wolf, please?
I can.
But you won't.
Do I get my
Yeah, the
bear
bear's still
stuff
around.
still, right? My bear
Yes,
totem?
yes, you do.
It's all like growl.
Oh,
Oh, that's-
Just as well.
That's good. Yeah.
strength save.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is 19.
Yeah, easily. It's these wolves keep trying to pounce on you and push you to the floor, but you're just able to hold them off with this slowly now becoming familiar strength as you summon this bear spirit.
Feels good.
You do, however, take 6 points
Yeah,
of
it does.
piercing damage.
Ow.
Like a cup of soup.
Don't get you still tap
Copper
hit points
soup
as well.
doesn't do
It comes off
piercing
the
damage.
temp hit points first.
Depends how hot
Yeah.
it is.
How many was it?
You
No,
not
it's
properly
just
cooked the
and
noodles.
it's-
Or how
yeah.
frozen it is.
And your tongue is destroyed. You can't taste anything for a week.
What's this now?
Cup of soup.
When you have
Taste.
soup that's too hot.
Yeah, okay, now I'm with you.
Right,
Fine.
fine.
The sex tape.
So, okay, the others, the two dwarven ones,
Probably sniff a wolf's
are
butt.
going to reach out to their companions, and their hands begin to glow.
Once you go back.
God.
I'm stabbing them. I'm
They-
stabbing so hard.
Everybody is still within sort of melee. So
Oh no, we're flanking her.
Yeah.
Stab a bitch.
Let me just. I don't know.
Okay.
We might not get a chance, but
Well, I'm next.
well,
If they're both healing.
Yeah. So you watch as the wounds on the boar and the remaining direwolf begin to close. They are being healed by their companions. But that is their turn. Drake, you're up. Damerus, you're on deck.
I'm gonna stab a bitch.
The dwarf or the boar?
Yeah, the dwarf.
Dwarf, fine.
So that's either 24 or 25. I think we'll go for the 25.
Yes. I'll allow it.
8 damage.
8 damage.
Stop that fucking spells! I draw my hand crossbow and shoot it.
Yes, you can do that.
Sorry, just don't have
on.
16.
16 hits.
6 damage.
As she just says this in a language you don't understand. Straight in the chest. She falls over backwards.
Stab.
Yeah.
No!
And she falls over backwards and just starts bleeding out.
Cool.
But she's down, but
Well, good job, Drake.
Drake, just to be clear, she's down, she's not dead.
No, of course, yeah. She has to make death saves.
Yes, possibly. Almost as if I'm doing that for these particular characters because I feel that's good. Because I'm the DM.
We all discussed how we didn't want to kill them when they turned back to non-animal form.
Did we not?
Yes.
Oh,
We did it to a point blank range with weapons.
I am the DM and reality of my plaything. Drake, anything else?
I guess I turned towards the ball. Not that I can't really do anything, so it's just kind of like. I just killed your wife.
Damn. Big sum of applause. Damerus, you're up, club, you're on deck.
Okay, seeing this dwarven woman drop.
I swear to God, if you help her overtake another war, I'm going to be pissed.
No, but for the being in this and seeing this happen, Damerus remembers why we're here in the first place. Can I have a quick look around and see if I see a dwarven prisoner?
I thought that's why you were
jumping over the hole of the boat. I thought you were going to go for
a stroll.
Yeah, I was thinking about it at first, and then I saw you guys getting beaten up. I was like,
Some of us by our own team.
Make a perception check.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is. It's so far away. It is a 6. What mod? There's an 11. Yeah, 11. Oh no, hang on, I have expertise in perception. So that is a 13.
13. You see no prisoners. There may potentially be something further into the cave, but this sort of fairly open camp is pretty much the only thing.
That's fair enough. Do I still have enough of a turn left to attack this boar?
I'll allow you a single attack.
Wonderful. I would like to take my single attack on this gentleman. Or gentle boar.
Yeah.
Not so gentle.
That is a 24.
24. That hits.
We only need one of them.
Go ahead and take your damage with sneak.
Ah, yes.
Because I'm also here somehow.
8 damage to start.
Okay.
With another 8 on top of that.
Okay.
16 total.
Okay. So this time you watch as your sword embeds itself in its side, and this time its form, again that strange sort of melding of fur and flesh, it begins to drop, and this bearded dwarf, older looking, again dressed in that similar sort of furs and hides, is just like and seems again surprised and angry at you.
I wouldn't. The last time someone said that, I shot him.
I yell out to the group as he finishes yelling that at me. Remember, we're not trying to kill them, and at some point maybe talk to them.
Oh, right.
Herb, you're up.
Did you understand what they said?
Yeah, I hear what it says.
You probably would have heard the man say go, no, outsiders, you will die for this.
Not very poor choice of words.
So, what do I see? Is there any wolves?
Get to the point
There's
where I'm
one
going to
that
kill him.
you've got the still conscious Ruck, but he's not looking very good, who is healing the one remaining wolf that is left.
Alright, I'm going to hit the child. I'm going to kick the child.
That doesn't sound like you.
But if it's me or them,
You don't need to kill him.
21.
21.
just take him down.
Just hostage.
6 damage.
6 damage. He lets out just a pitiful cry of pain as he's breathing heavily and his face bloodied and bruised, but he's still up.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to make an arm attack and kick him in the face.
Go ahead.
I've never been
21 hits.
A small dwarf in the own face.
7 damage.
Don't mess with the herb.
He's just sort of slowly staggering backwards in pain and fear as you're kicking his now weakened form, but he's still just about managing to keep up, but he's just being driven back.
Do you do? No, it's not concentration. Never mind.
Sweet. Yeah, it's now the male dwarf's turn.
Hello.
So he's
It's his child in the face.
he's going to turn to you, Damerus. And I just need to double check something here.
Kicking his son. Killed his wife. But you're a dick.
That's fine.
Guy who's looking around.
Violent people they were okay with.
No
Nosy people. No fucking
Hand crossbows weren't there.
Damerus, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Oh, I can certainly try.
Is this the one you're already good at?
I have a +1.
That's not bad.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's not a plus nothing.
Did you see how close that was?
Yeah.
I was almost 1, but then it dropped over to 13, so 14 total.
14.
It's close.
14, yeah, 14 would have been what you needed. So you...
Just 100 damage.
You don't... So...
How did you?
You never see Damerus again. And in the last episode of MaudeWorld,
glad.
Would you like to buy that?
It's like being killed by a giant in Skyrim.
He's got launched into the outer atmosphere and beyond.
Is that the sound of a refreshing fire lens?
It certainly was.
No, Damerus, you just watch as his hands just begin to glow and begin to move in a druidic motion, and then he just kind of blows forward, and the air suddenly becomes greenish and toxic and foul-smelling, and you breathe it in, and you're just able to cough it off, but it doesn't seem to affect you.
Dude, that's fucking gross.
Doesn't smell quite as bad as
Ester, you're up.
Is it as bad as the shit we smelled in the tower?
doesn't quite hit the back of the throat.
That was quite the Alan.
I would like to, with my action, cast guidance on myself again.
Yep.
With my movement, I would like to attempt to Skyrim up the side of the thing.
Make an athletics check.
Eee! That's 20.
20.
Lyrically.
Yep. So, Esther, for the third time, you just like this time you kind of almost just start punching the wall, able to dig your hands in and find grasp on some tree roots embedded, or some distant dead plant matter embedded in the wall, and you just.
Well, I think it's just been 2 turns of. Now, I am sick of this shit.
And you're not able to get quite out of the pit, because you can only move up the 15 feet, but you're climbing in your head.
It's just like a.
Can I
you won't
see any better? Do I have any better vantage point?
No, because you're still 5 feet from the top of the pit.
Can I use my action to scramble to the top of the pit?
You used your action to cast guidance.
That is correct. Yes. Then
Good
I
talk.
would like to flail.
No, your heads are in the wall.
She falls.
Make a dexterity save with it.
I would like to flail with my floating scythe.
That doesn't sound dangerous.
That's really go well.
Sure, make an attack roll with disadvantage.
There you go.
At the exact neck height of a halfling.
I don't know if she rolls a 1.
12.
12. No, unfortunately, this you guys all watch it. You can see this, and like Herb and Drake, you've probably actually no, you wouldn't.
First time they've seen it.
I was going to say, the first time you see, you all just watch this spectral scythe just swinging about, flailing in midair, not hitting anything.
I really hope that's one of ours.
Sorry. Sorry.
So it's now Burden's turn. So he's actually going to move slightly further around and take a shot at this one remaining wolf that is here. That's going to hit. That's a not very good amount of damage for the bolt.
Happens to the best of us.
It does, but you know. But it embeds itself on the side of this one remaining wolf. Vela, you're up.
Yay! I'm gonna bite this baby wolf.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Hey, look what a wolf does in the privacy of her own dungeon. It's her business.
Who gave the wolf a dungeon?
I did.
13's not gonna hit, is it?
13 is not going to hit, no, unfortunately.
Isn't she down?
That right there, that was.
No, that's the other female wolf.
Yeah, is she dead?
This you would guess is the daughter wolf. Anything else? Though?
She's dead. Stop.
No, that'd be all.
Okay. So on her turn, she's. Ooh. You watch as just this wolf's wounds just begin to close completely as she snarls towards you, Vela, and is going to take her bite attack.
Kill it.
She like double your size because you're like a normal wolf and she's double.
Yeah, and she's just bearing down on you. That's a 24 versus AC.
Yeah.
Can you make a strength saving throw with advantage, please?
But you will. Oh, you're fine.
18.
18. She doesn't push you to the floor, but that is going to be a total of 15 points of piercing damage
Yeah, that makes me no longer a wolf.
with a double 6.
How much was it, sorry?
15.
13.
I rolled max damage.
Screw you, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm back as Velafyra.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's quite a good DM.
Do you want to share with the class?
I've just realised that in addition to failing to remember to use guidance every single time to climb out the hole, I've failed to remember that I have advantage on all strength checks.
No, in fairness,
No, you don't. You're done.
I don't, I'm too far down.
Yeah, because you were too far down. Yeah.
I knew
He
that.
doesn't have to
But
be.
now
Right
you're-
now,
now
you're
you're
only
a
5
player
foot
up.
from the end.
And you don't
Thanks,
need to make the check to climb the last few feet. But okay, so that's its turn.
Then it's rock and
yeah,
death save.
Okay.
Stay down.
Throw him in the hole.
Well, your one's better, so I've got the
Right, if he's still up for now, throw him in the hole.
Esther climbs up.
You see a familiar thorn whip emerge from Rock's wrist, but it just completely misses. He's struggling and afraid.
He kicks him in the face.
No, that's it now. Technically, it's Vine Whip. Right, so that's their turn. Drake, you're up. Damerus, you're on deck.
Cool. I'm going to stab at the guy.
Okay, go ahead.
We're flanking, are we?
Yes, we are.
Sweet. Fuck that guy. So I have advantage. And I'm lucky. Fine. So 16.
16 does hit.
So I stab at him for 7 damage.
Okay.
Then I'd like to shoot him with my hand crossbow. Which is 28 damage. 28 to attack.
My hand
Wouldn't
crossbow.
you, if it's a hand crossbow, wouldn't you attack at disadvantage?
But I have advantage because I'm flanking. So it counts.
Straight roll.
Oh, yeah, true.
5 damage.
No damage. So noted.
Yeah.
Stab.
He's taking damage, he's not looking particularly happy. Damerus, you're up.
I can't be surprised we did.
Seeing him not being particularly happy after my...
Continue the trend.
Yes, I will continue to slash and stab at him.
Go ahead.
As we will continue to drink this lovely fine man.
Stop it.
23.
Yeah, that hits. Get your attack with sneaky.
That's 4 damage to start.
You let me down, man. I'm out for you. You let me down.
That's better. And 11 to start.
Okay.
So a total of
Oh god, what did I roll for?
4,
15.
15.
Yes, from my first attack.
that was what you needed. So the patriarch of this family just drops to the floor as you come up behind him as he's just like as he's turned to face you, and then you just come up behind him and falls to the floor, bleeding out.
I would like for my bonus action to just grab a dagger from my boot and huck it towards the wolf that is harassing Bella.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Thank you. I'm doing terrible.
That's probably not gonna hit. Is
13?
yeah, 13.
13 misses, unfortunately. It bounces off this creature's hide. Herb, you are up.
Yes. Kick the child.
Esther, you're on deck.
Into the pit.
Oh yeah.
Suplex the child.
Can I?
Give him the chair!
Can I make
A push.
an unarmed attack first before my staff attack?
Not as a bonus action. It's only if you attack with a monk weapon. You can then use a bonus action to attack unarmed.
And just kick him in the head. How close is the door, the other wall, the remaining wall?
The other wolves kind of moved off towards Vela a bit, so pretty close, like 10 feet away from you, I'd say.
And how does the child look?
Child looks very beaten and bloodied, but
What's he doing?
just kind of backing away in fear, like he tried to.
That's how Herb likes his victims.
If I feel like you try to grab the child and throw him in the hole.
Certainly try.
Alright, then I'd like to do that, please.
Make an athletics check, please.
Do you know
Does he
what?
have
Which is a
advantage?
strength check. So
Yes, make it an athletics check with advantage.
Natural 20.
this young dwarven boy who's about your height.
He takes full damage on the way down.
Sorry.
He takes full damage.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So this is what happens. So Herb, you just kick this child straight in the solar plexus, and he stumbles several feet
The
back.
face of the torso, of course.
If you will.
Straight in the solar plexus. He staggers back. Esther, can you make an athletics check, please?
With advantage now.
Yes, all allowed.
I still have guidance. God.
Reroll that. Or in the dice tray, if you would.
Question.
Okay.
Could it be argued that Herb said he was throwing,
I did say throw.
not hitting, and therefore that Rock would have gone a certain distance from the edge
Well, like
with a natural
basketball.
20?
Get a creature your own size.
Swish.
Firstly, it could be argued that shut up, Andy. Secondly, it could be argued that
Shut up, Andy.
yes, that since he is sort of a dwarven child, but is still of comparable size to Herb. So although
Adrenaline.
quite easy to throw.
Women lift cars off their babies.
Natural 20 as well.
Natural 20 adrenaline. That's a natural 20 lifting a car off your baby. That's got to be lifting a dwarf into a pit.
Big pit. This is small dwarf.
Nothing but this.
Sounds like a good time.
okay,
Big pit. Small.
Esther, what did you get for your athletics check?
18.
Okay,
Can't say I didn't try.
Big pit on dwarf.
Look, no, it wasn't. Look, it wasn't a hard athletics check, but nonetheless, he is still, I'm not going to say that Herb was that accurate of a kicker or thrower or whatever. So it's okay. So you kick the boy in the solar plexus. He doubles over. You then just picking up by the scruff of his furs and hide, throw him away from you, and he just tumbles, lands. Esther, you sort of hear something coming. You sort of press yourself like a climber against the wall,
My
and then
fist's still embedded in the rubble.
kind of, yeah. And then you just you feel the weight of this young child sort of
child.
press against you, but then the child lands at the bottom of the pit, and
In a weird.
And that's tree.
and just
We'll take that
lands-
dastard, and that's not
and Esther, you just hear a ah! Boom. The child
And the
doesn't
rest
move.
is silence.
And the rest is silence.
Guys, are we the bad guys?
What if you're hard throwing a child into a pit? The argument could be made, yes.
I mean,
Herb, do you want to do anything else?
No, thank you.
you're all out.
Yeah, in fairness, you're not going to top that.
20 feet should be deep enough.
Wow! Jesus Christ!
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not saying we should let it happen, but it would be a good message.
Esther,
You're
you're
trying
right.
to keep them contained in the trap. I wasn't trying to murder them.
I know.
So,
The problem is just the daughter's like,
This young boy who you were talking to not a few hours ago.
He tried to kill us on so many
twice.
occasions.
Yeah.
Literally cannot be spoken to.
so what am I aware of currently?
You're aware of the bleeding child beneath you.
In addition to the bleeding child, beaten to the brink of death by my close friend, can I see?
12 blessing.
The murderous child in our defense.
Can I see what's happening up top?
So you can climb the additional 5 feet. You don't have to make another check. You can climb out of the pit at this stage, should you wish.
Okay.
You must be able to hear a wolf.
I would like to
Still
remove my fists from the rubble,
Mm-hmm.
wander up 5 feet, have a look around. What can I see?
Okay, so you see this one singular wolf on a recently detransformed Vela. You see another, and then you see another 2 bodies lying on the floor next to Damerus and a very,
swaying.
and a very swaying Drake.
I got him.
Can I see a giant wolf?
We got
Over here. Sorry, just
And
blow
so
the wall.
The only animal you see is the one remaining dog.
I'm a little bit cold as well for some reason.
Ester sighs, climbs back down into the pit. Spare the time.
Ah, smart.
Put the rest of him in the hole!
Is he alive when I attempt this?
Seemingly.
Good.
Swing blindly with my scythe.
Again, making the attack roll
Why did you
disadvantage.
swing the scythe when you were up there? You went to
I
it
have
now.
life to save, man.
But it's the same.
I have a compass.
So does Damerus. They do.
And hey, you just got ice knifed earlier.
I
So.
know, I'm very cold. I don't know if it's the blood loss or something
14
else.
does hit.
The weight of moral responsibility.
Does it hit one of the unconscious bodies and having
Haven't we
saved
got
my
that fight for an adult?
Roll your damage, you hit the wolf.
The child attacked me.
We finished the job.
11.
It's not just warming up, fucking ended it.
Okay, cool. Burden's gonna take a shot at the remaining direwolf. That hits.
Yeah, it does.
That's an okay amount of damage. Okay, Vela, you're up.
My turn.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on
I
the
think you
weapon.
still alive.
I'm sorry, Shillelagh.
It's gone.
And then I'm gonna attack this wolf with my quarterstaff.
Okay, make your attack roll.
I will. No, I won't. 13.
Sorry, I made a mistake. That's 9, not 11.
Okay, thank you.
13.
13 don't do shit.
13 does not hit, unfortunately. It just bounces off this creature's thick hide. It's now their turn.
All one.
Sorry, quickly.
Yes.
Can I just say in Sylvan to this wolf?
You gonna die.
No,
Get it out.
transform back now, or you'll regret it.
Make an intimidation check.
Advantage? We have taken our whole family and just thrown her brother in a hole.
Conversely, I provide the counter argument of shut up, Bandit.
That works
18.
too well.
Sorry, 18.
I'm fucking scary.
Okay. So, there's one remaining direwolf looking around, seeing seeing her parents, seeing her little brother chucked into a pit, seeing her parents dead, like bleeding out, and for all she knows, dead on the floor. Still growling, she drops her form.
Get her in the pit!
I want to pin her down with my quarterstaff.
Make a strength check with advantage.
14.
14. Natural 1. So again, in her current form, she seems compared to the strong muscular direwolf, she seems very much like her brother. Seems much weaker. Seems much more feeble. And you just pin her down on with your quarterstaff, and you all look around. The danger seemingly have passed for the moment, and that is where we will end today's adventure.
Next time on MaudeWorld.
I never finished school.
It shows.